All right, today on the 21st of December 2025, GamAfrica TV. Today we have an important guest here in our TV show. As usual, most often we do bring you people, prominent people, to discuss important events regarding, things that are affecting our country. So today we have the Deputy Treasurer of the People Progressive Party, PPP, by the name Karafa Sambou. So, Karafa, you are welcome to GamAfrica TV.
Yes, Mr. T, thank you very much for this invitation. I'm very glad and happy. Also happy to be here and also to be present before the audience that are watching us today. And thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Today we are going to discuss things regarding the People Progressive Party from the inception of the party till date. And Mr. Karafa, we understand that Gambian people, they already know that this is the political party that led the Gambia into the attainment of independence February 18, 1965. It was the same political party that led to the attainment of a republican status 24th of April 1970 under the able leadership of Sardauda Karafa Jawara, who was then called David at some point. But also at a certain time also he was also called Dauda Karafa Jawara. So can you tell us brief about Sardauda and the People Progressive Party, Mr. Karafa?
Yes, Mr. T, thank you very much. PPP, it's a party that is older than myself here. I am 85 born and PPP was born before me. Well, the little I know of PPP, it's just based on history, written records. What we know of PPP was born in Basset, and it is a home cell party. What I mean, the locals, that is the grassroots level, that is where PPP was born. PPP was not born in a state house. And when they formed the party, what they did was they had to go look for intellectuals, people that can lead the party. And this is what happened until they came to meet the first president, which is Honorable Sardauda Karafa Jawara, and then he was the one that led the party. So from what I know from the books, Sardauda led the party with respect and discipline, where elders of the party, people like Asan Musa Kamara, people like in Burfoot that I know is called Jumbo Bojang, prominent people that are in the locals. We are able to help Jawara to be able to lead the party to the point of gaining independence and even to the point of gaining the Republicans. Yes, for me, I believe the elders out there will know more of PPP, history of PPP than myself, because PPP is older than me.
Yeah.
If I will sit here and want to narrate more about the PPP, is just to read what is written down and explain. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. That is wonderful. And during the colonial period, Gambians were deprived from taking part in Gambian politics. That is why there was a man called Edward Fanti Small who came with the slogan called "No taxation without proper representation." Then from there, the first political party that emerged in Gambia was the Gambia Democratic Party, formed by John Qualified in 1951. Then we had the the UP United Party, we had the Muslim Congress Party, and then the People Progressive Party. So luckily for PPP, it was able to take the Gambia into the attainment of independence. And then Sardauda was able to contribute immensely towards Gambian politics, both economically, socially, and of course, and political-wise. So can you tell the people or the Gambian people some of the contributions of the PPP when Karafa Jawara was the party, the flag bearer?
Yes, I think from what we've just said, then Gambian election was just at one area, around the greater Banjul area. So, and of the regions, we are represented by the CFOs. If the CFO speaks, and that's all, that is the rest of the region follows suit. So, but when Jawara came in, he tried to decentralize the election system, to make sure everybody in the country have the right to vote and be voted for. So in that, it's a great achievement for PPP under Sadauda's leadership to make that happen. And that is what we are enjoying now. So you can see now everybody at the length and breadth of the country will be proud to go and vote. That is what Jawara did. Because during the colonials, it's only around the greater Banjul that voting will take place, even though there were other political parties, the UP and the rest. So Jawara's involvement in this process was a great reckon for somebody to appreciate.
That's right. Yeah. Of course, when Jawara was the president at the time, we understand that Jawara was focused in agriculture. In fact, there was Jali Pacha rice field, and of course, we are told, or we have learned it at some point. Jawara, in fact, was going around when he was going, like most of the time when he's going for a nationwide tour. Most of the time he would distribute rices to many households in both regions in Gambia. Now, comparing the agricultural sector when Jawara was the president and after when Jawara left power, how can you able to compare the agricultural sector of the Gambia?
Zati, when you look at the motto of the PPP, it is written there as Tesito. And Tesito in the local language means buckle up your waist. And if someone tells you buckle up your waist, which means be ready to work. So Jawara's then, the agricultural sector was very, very booming, in the sense that any wetland in this country, you go there, you see people growing rice. In fact, at times even in the dry season, because he has provided some mechanism in the sense that water will be drawn from the likes of Jahali Pacha, water will be drawn from the River Gambia to the offshore to make sure and water the rice. Agriculture was the backbone of this country, even to the extent of groundnut. Then they used to say, the whole of the Gambia smells with groundnut oil. Anywhere you go, you feel the sense of groundnut oil. Every worker at the depot, when he's going home, he must go home with a bottle of oil to cook. But now, it's very difficult. And it doesn't mean that we can achieve that. It all goes back to the same motto, Tesito. We have to buckle up back and go back to the land and make sure we farm. Because Jawara has proved to Gambians that for African to survive, you need to toil. And that is what Jammeh had when he said, grow what you eat and eat what you grow. Because then, that is what people are proud of. Because you will see Gambians, you will not go to a household and get out there hungry. You go there, they give you food. You have what is called leftover, in the sense that they call it dasamu, sita. Any compound you go, you must have that. But now you go to a household hungry, you're coming out with hunger. So I think agricultural sector during Jawara's time was one in the whole West Africa.
That's right.
I believe.
Yeah. Do we still have prominent people in PPP, for example? Gone are those days when there was this man called Safari Masingate. We had an iron lady called Fanta Basse. Then we have Hassan Musa Kamara. We have many people like Sanjali Bujang and the likes. Do we still have those kind of people in PPP? Do we still have them?
Well, Mr. T, that question is very interesting. You mentioned their names. They were PPP. And they gave birth to children that will not deny from being PPP. Like you are talking about this man, Sanjali Bojang, Farman Singate. Farman Singate has a son who is called Fode Singate. He's in abroad. But what Fode is doing in the Gambia here, it will amaze you when you go to the wetland. He is into deep agriculture. You understand? So we have them here. What we just need to do is to empower them, because those days, Jawara has this system of empowering the locals. You understand? And that is what we lack at the moment now. So those prominent people in the country will not want to dissociate themselves with that system of Gambia force, or eat what you grow and grow what you eat. For the Singate, he is just not publishing what he is doing at the moment. But if he does, honestly, people will really know that going back to the land will really bring back to Gambia, will bring back Gambia at this.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
That's a wonderful one. The other day, I could remember I went to the provinces. I had a discussion with so many people, like elderly people, both men and women. Some of them even told me they will never forget about PPP, because PPP was the only political party they know of to be a political party here in Gambia. What is the reason behind that?
Thank you. This country, anybody you ask, either will know the story or history or be told about this party. Because PPP is a party that is built on truth, discipline, and dedication. You understand? So these three items, any institution that is built on that will not lose its legacy. So all age, in fact, even like you said, even the prophets just from my Congress, anybody that sees the car or the t-shirts will sing a song. Jawara la Jamanu Diata. What does that mean? Jawara's regime was wonderful. That statement, it is something that somebody should really find out. Why was it wonderful? Because Jawara was somebody who respect human being, who respect rule of law, who when he meets the people, when he goes from people's store, this is how he sits, like you and I. Then he will explain your problem. And he will not promise, but he will tell you, we will go back and see what we can do. And obviously they must do something together. He does not promise. So he's somebody that will that has passed in this country that no Gambian will ever forget. In fact, if we have Gambians, young Gambians that love reading, the likes of you, of course we are of the same age. So how do you know stuff more than me? Because you read. So if you read, you will really know what has Jawaras and his government and his people done in this country. Yes.
Yeah, I could remember also at the time in some schools, like after assembly, there is a song that people used to like, to be singing, like Lige Jotna Gambia Amna Bopam. It is from PPP. It means like it is time for Gambian people to buckle up and start, paving the way for Gambia to start progressing. Now, when you look at most of this road, they have been, constructed, or this Jawara paved the way for the road to be constructed. Jawara was able to have many relationships with many countries across the globe. So now Jawara gone, Asan Musa Kamara gone, Safari Masingate gone, Fanta Basse is no more effective. And many people, like the prominent people, the founding fathers, are no more here now. What do you people have for the Gambia as member of PPP?
Yes, before coming to what we have, like what you mentioned, Jawara has set a precedent. He has set an example or a platform where Gambia should not even go hungry for an inch. The song you just said, it's a song of motivation. Lige Jotna Gambia Amna Bopam. You can never
Exactly.
If you can never have yourself if you don't work. So all these countries that you see have toiled, people sacrifice to work to make sure they are what they are today. And that is what Gambia has done. Now us abolishing that song out of school system has bring laziness.
So
I will encourage the Ministry of Education to reinstall back that song, because it some of the students will be curious to know why is this song, and teachers that are singing that song will be able to tell them the reason why. And you've made mention of this name, these roads. Somebody told me those days they will use axe and hoe to cut the mountains. There was no excavators to excavate the road, the mountain. They cut them by hand to pave these roads that Jawara, Jamme, and Baro are now putting tar road. They were all begun by Jawara's government. So that alone has set us the present PPP. We don't need to suffer. We just need to ride on and smooth on. So what the present PPP would have for the people of this country, if we come to power, it's not going to be achieved only by PPP alone. We're going to use Jawara's system. The people, because the party belongs to the people. You understand? We go back to them. We will ask them, what is your problem? Because that is where we will start. If they said food is our problem, we will empower them for them to walk. They will go through their tessiture and buckle up their belts to be able to tighten up their belts to walk and make so food problem is settled.
How would you able to encourage them, to able to combat the problem of food? Is it by providing them with fertilizer, manual farming tool and implements like Jawara was doing before, or you have another mechanism?
Thank you. You see, you help somebody with what he has. You cannot help somebody with what he doesn't have, or the knowledge that he does not know of. You go meet them. They will tell you, this is what I am. Like my mentor in politics, Papanjai, the present ambassador. This is what he told me. He said, Karafa, what do you have? Give me what you have and I will amplify. So this is what we're not going to promise them. We will give you fertilizer. He will give fertilizer to somebody who does not have a farm. You go and sell it. So obviously. So you go meet them like Jawara will do. Go meet the people. Ask them, what do you have? You see what they have. And you build them. If they need education, you educate them. If they need land, you provide them with land. Because we all know that the land, all the land should belong to the government. But as far as Gambia is concerned, I don't see that here in this country. But government has the power to provide land. If you go meet them and know that they need farm for farming, provide them with land. From there, when you provide them with land, the next thing they will tell you what they need. Provide them with, if they need modern mechanism, mechanical operators, you provide it with them. If they need hand tools, you give it to them before reaching to that level of fertilizer and stuff. Yes.
Moving fast forward, I would just like to ask you a question that has been ringing in the ears of many Gambians. Is PPP dead or still alive?
Good question. Well, if in science, if you say something is dead, it means there are characteristics of a living thing. If those things are not functioning, that thing is dead. PPP was a political party that was registered, IEC. It's only IEC that will tell Gambians that PPP is dead. That is when IEC deregister it and completely not allowed to register it again. Because PPP was banned and then put aside, not only put aside, used to develop other parties like APRC. You understand? So you can say that is dead because the characteristic of living things within PPP was still functioning. Because they were using the PPP militants to revive, to make so APRC strong. So, like I said, PPP is not dead. PPP was put into coma.
It was dormant.
It was dormant, but it was actually operated on that. Now that it is back, and now we will not jump to the peak to say that we are here, but we will show to the Gambians that this is a party that took us to independence. It's not possible for it to die. Yes,
that's right. Now, the party was banned, also was put aside by Jammeh's government so that they can able to support the growth of PPP. Does that affect the party?
Yes, it did. It did in the sense that because the prominent politicians that are diehard of the PPP that refused to follow Jammeh's idea flee out of the country.
Okay.
But still, they were working, they were communicating there. But those that Jammeh was able to convince still were operating with their political career within the APRC. So it does not kill the party, but it has weakened it, like you use the word. It has weakened it, and he has even stopped it from operating. But the people that are outside, we are regrouping, trying to work, and that is why when the chance of registration came up, that is why we have our stronghold in diaspora. So they are really strengthening.
Okay. The then flag bearer of the party was Papanjai, if I am correct.
Yes.
And then now he is an ambassador to Nigeria, if I'm still right.
Yes.
And then he led the party into like the, how to call it, the 2016 election, which I believe PPP went into coalition. I believe.
Yes.
Now that he was appointed to be the ambassador, representing the Gambia as an ambassador to Nigeria, what are some of the things that that contributed towards that? Because if you are given the opportunity to lead the party, and at some point the government calls you to come and represent the country to be an ambassador elsewhere, what impact does that have to PPP?
Yes. You see, me sitting down here today, they said Rome was not built in a day.
Yeah.
I was not built by one person for me to sit here today. But Papanjai, the man you're talking about, was one of the people that motivated me to be here today. Now, it's true, people have too much skeptical mind about Papanjai leaving PPP for the call of the president. I will say that call is not the call of the president, it's a nation call. Being an ambassador of a country does not mean you are going to be the ambassador of Adamaba. You are going to represent the Gambians there. You understand? And I can tell you, every party, every person that belongs to any political party, or you are not affiliated with politics, you go to Nigeria now, you call Papanjai. Papanjai treat you like a normal Gambian. You understand? So there are reasons that make Papanjai to accept this call.
Okay.
One of the reasons is a nation call. That's the number one reason I will start. And he does not just want to go and leave the party at jeopardy, because when he took up the party, then the party has an interim secretary general who was the late O.J. Jallow. So, you understand? It was not due to Congress. So when O.J. knew that old age is coming up and we have trained young ones in this country, he let Papanjai to go and contest with Bibi Dabo. So Papanjai came out victorious. Papanjai took this party with too much stress. You understand? Internal fight, external pressure. So that alone, the president, Barrow, is also related to Papanjai.
Okay.
You understand? Because Papanjai's father brought up Barrow, according to sources. Now, for Barrow to compensate Papanjai in any other means, that's the only thing. But Papanjai did not just leave the party like that. Barrow has sent a lot of people to convince Papanjai. But what happened? The party itself, the PPP members itself, accepted and told Papanjai, go. That is a nation call.
For the interest of the
for
nation.
the interest of the nation.
That's right.
And Papanjai did not just leave the party like that. He made sure we had an internal system of power to elect an interim secretary general, who was Keba Jallow. So successfully. And Papanjai made sure he built all these basic structures. The youth wing, which I was the secretary general at that time, and my president was Bakari Sise from Brikama. You know, the youth wing was functional, the women wing was functional, you know, very active. We are having programs. So he left all that with Keba and left. And up till now, he's communicating. And Sidinjai will tell you, they appointed Keba, Papanjai because of PPP. So he didn't leave PPP. So that alone is something that we should commend Papa Njai for, because he is somebody who is a man of his word. You cannot ask his story in anywhere they tell you that Papa Njai is somehow.
Meaning he is still part and parcel of PPP.
Obviously, because he has never told me that Karafa, I'm not PPP, I am MPP, or I'm that. No. Because what I know of, he went for a nation call, which you and I today would be proud to represent the Gambia in any level.
That's right.
Thank you.
In Coalition 2016, we have seen people like O.J. Jallo, who stood up on his feet, contributed immensely towards the success of the Coalition 2016. He is one of a kind. In fact, he's from the People Progressive Party. So today he is no more here. I'm asking you a question. Are you people thinking of going for a coalition 2026 again?
Interesting. You always ask interesting questions. Like I said, the PPP, it's a party of legacy.
Okay.
It's a party that people don't know of, like the local English will say follow.
Okay.
No. We are a party of principles. I will not say we will not go for a coalition, because there is a saying that says, together you are strong, divided you fall. So if Ghanaians feel like if they come together, they will be strong. Obviously, PPP has no excuse to deny that. But at our level, myself or the Secretary General cannot conclude in any platform like this to say, we will go in for coalition. We have bodies that are constituted for such discussion. When they agree, because the voice of the people is the voice of God, when they agree that we will go for coalition, obviously we will go. But what I can tell you now, PPP is ready and will be ready to contest any election, no matter what, whether through coalition or solo or personally. We will contest every election, and we've shown that example. When Madike took up this leadership, the first election that we did was the by-election in Banjul.
Who is Madike?
Madike Fall is the party secretary general and the party leader.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Born in Banjul, and now presently he's in the diaspora. But he comes often. Any situation that the party needs him of, he comes.
Recently, we have seen the PPP organize or held its first Congress since the party was free from being banned. And one was in the West Coast region, which was very successful. And then from there, we went all the way to Basse, and then we went to Makati. Now, this regional Congress, what are some of the benefits of this Congress towards the party and in the upcoming election 2026?
Thank you. Mr. T, you see, for a party to be strong, it needs to rebuild its structure and reorganize its structure properly. And PPP was one of the parties that was so strong that nationwide, everybody you mention PPP will recognize with it. Now, PPP has gone for General Congress, where Madike Fall came out victorious, and that is the National Congress, which is structured. Now, he has constituted bodies that will go out and reorganize all these regions. Like you said, we started with West Coast. West Coast have done their regional congress to select their regional executive. We went to Basse, from Basse, and then to Sierra. Now, like you said, what is the importance of this? You see, this party, it belongs to the people. You understand? And the grassroots, because that is where it was born. So we have to take it back there for them to be well structured to dictate what they want for the party. You understand? So if all these regions have a structure, every region, whatever they want from the party or what they want the party to do, from that level, that's where they will discuss. And when they discuss at that level, they will send their information to the Central Committee. And the Central Committee discuss it and take it to the National Executive Committee. And that is how the implementation works. So the regional bodies are very, very important because they are the bodies that run the affairs of the regional activities in the party. They also are responsible of the assets of the party. They also discuss on how the politics operates within the region. So it's a very important region.
Yes, recently I'm trying to, to analyze things, because when you look at PPP was launched in Basse, and most of the founding fathers are from Basse. Then when you also look at NPP, most of their prominent people as of now are from around that area. So looking at it is going to be a competition, a marathon between PPP and of course NPP. So what are some of the things that are people putting into action so that you can see that maybe in the upcoming election 2026, either the National Assembly election or presidential election, you can able to overcome NPP, because NPP also, like President Barrow, is also from Mankamangunda and is having many supporters around that area. Likewise, that of PPP. What are some of the things that you people are putting in place so that you can able to overcome some of these challenges that they are going to encounter in 2026 election?
Yes, like I said, politics is a competition of ideas. Yeah, but actually, PPP is not going to compete with NPP in Basse. We are really following our roadmap, our plan. We have to restructure every region for PPP. Now, like you said, PPP was born in Basse, that's true. And prominent people, Ajafanta, he's still there. He's still in Basse. This is what interests the PPP, because us going to Basse to restructure there is not to go and compete with NPP. We are going to restructure for PPP to be strong in Basse and show the Gambian people our agenda for 2026. And that is where the Gambians will know whether our agenda is in line with the people of the Gambia. Because we will not have an agenda that will only benefit PPP. No, it's the people. So when you don't structure this regional structure to know their concern and base your agenda on the people, you will fail. So, and that is what we're doing. And I believe 2026 election, like I said, PPP is ready to contest all elections. No matter how. I might not be able to tell you now in this platform, this is how we will contest. But I can tell you, we are ready to contest every election in the election cycle. Now, our agenda, when we structure all these structures in the region, that is where we will go and display our agenda to the Gambian people. And that is where they will sit and compare with not only NPP, with other political parties, and see whether this agenda will really salvage the Gambian people. Then you will know we need to go back from, like Bob Marley will say, if you don't know where you're going, remember where you come from.
Exactly.
So when you go back where you come from, you'll be able to set your map properly and then go forward.
Yes, that is very profound. Now, recently in Gambian politics, we have seen the battle being so very tight. We have seen like the like of many political parties being like being in existence in Gambia. We have seen like a Sobeya movement. We have seen also Taliban Suda having his own political party. Then we have also UDP, APRC, like big political parties. In fact, we have more than 15 political parties. Will PPP survive in Gambian politics?
Good man. You know, no one build a house and not survive in that house.
So,
because this political environment that you are seeing, parties registering and all that, the basis was put there by PPP. Multi-party system. It's PPP that allowed that. Then what I learned, then other African countries refuse this multi-party system. But Jawara said no. For him, his country is a democratic country. So how can we put up this platform and then we will not survive it? No, it's not. Obviously, we will survive, because I will say they are our kids, because through Barrow's Jawara system, multi-party system, all these parties I imagine, that shows that there is a democracy. And all these parties, to be honest with you, none of these parties will sit and tell you that the only thing they will say, PPP has been here, they don't do any development. which I will not agree with them 100%, because then what was available for the development, for a country to develop, and now is different.
It's different.
Hadn't been Jawara had all those opportunities, well-educated people that he educated. Jawara himself educated.
But one can also say Jawara time was very easy for the country to develop. Why? Because Jawara's time, the currency was powerful to some extent, that you can able to use the maybe the dollar and then for maybe from to buy some stuff. People also can tell you that during Jawara's time, we had people that are very active in terms of development. Things were very easy. But then when you looked at it also, there were a few developments. Some people are arguing that. What is your take?
That's a fact.
Yes.
I would not deny that fact. But then, can you compare the technocrats then and now? No. Obviously. So then we have few technocrats that are in fact the ministers. That is where development comes from.
Yeah.
With the ministries. You understand? But those days, the ministers that were there, we are not educated. But what they were able to do compared to the educated ministers now, it's a total difference.
Yeah.
So I will agree with both that argument, but to tell you that technocrats that will look at the future of this country, then we are not there. But Jawara took his time to make sure and educate Gambians for today. So when we refuse to develop today, it's not PPP's fault. It's our fault, because Jawara has created that environment, paved the way to make sure every household then, it must be a force. You must educate one of your child. In fact, Esafal will tell you that he was sponsored during Jawara's government. So these are people that Jawara has educated, because Jawara did not become a president to make Gambia Singapore at his time. No. He believes that I love that when he wants to get off the seat, people will come and cry. You understand? That shows that we need technocrats. We need people that are educated, because then the society was not, I would not say aware, but was not, we don't really know what this society needs. But now, even a child knows what he wants. So for us to develop now is easier than before Jawara's time, because Jawara's time, people what they prefer is to sleep good, have peace, and eat good food, and those things we are available. But now you don't sleep good, robbery, killing, people are hungry, education is not even normal. So these are things that you cannot compare. Thank you.
Now, just to ask you some couple of questions, we have seen in Gambia we have many educated elites that emerge from PPP. But today, most of the Gambian people don't know about these people, like Fanta Basse, an Iron Lady from PPP, Hassan Musa Kamara. You see now, like other people, you name them, Sanjali Bojang, so many prominent people of PPP gone out those days when they would use a bicycle to ride a bicycle from one region to another to sell the agenda of PPP, and of course to enable the Gambia to gain her political independence. But today, so many Gambian people, they don't know about these people. What are you guys doing, PPP, to make sure that Gambian people, they tend to know these people more? Because these people, they were called patriotic, they were called nationalists, and we must not forget them in our history. But today, if you go to our school curriculum, the only person that we know is Sadauda. And there were many people behind Sadauda. What are you guys doing so that the Gambian people can know about these people?
Yeah, Mr. T, I think you've really bring a point that PPP is working on, but we've not yet published it. We have what is called a school of thought, where a PPP library. There are books that the diaspora are purchasing, like you say, the stories that are there. You are right, because if you don't know your history, it will be difficult for you to develop in that direction. So you might develop in a wrong history. You understand? So those days, what those prominent people sacrifice for Sadauda to succeed, we don't, like you said, we don't know them, and they are in history. So PPP is working on that to develop a library where if the university student have access to come and read there, that will be good. Because the people you mentioned, those days when they are going to campaign for the party, they use what is called bicycle, then they call it escalator in Mandinka. They use bicycle, they sacrifice, they don't put condition on. But now, you want to campaign for a political party, they will ask you for a limousine, a Range Rover,
Yes.
to be shown up,
Yes.
a parade. You understand? So, and if we know about the sacrifice that these people did towards Sadauda's leadership, then I believe the people that are in these political parties, they will really do the same sacrifice, which will be easier. Because now, obviously, you cannot have a car that you can fuel yourself and use a motorbike or a bicycle to go and no. So because that availability now, it's easier. So, but what it needs, what we need to learn from those people is the sacrifice, the love, and the perseverance they have for the country, not the party alone, for the country. And that is what we lack in this country. So first, what we need, what anybody is talking here, that is why people will say politician are not loyal. No. Anybody that wants to do something first will think of his pocket.
Sure.
Don't blame the person. Did you know what he wants before bringing him in that platform? That is what PPP is going to do.
Okay.
They're going to, like I said, they're going to ask you, what do you have? What you have, that's what they will encourage you in. So that when you come to such position, you will do the needful.
Yeah, that's very right. My final question, PPP, to be honest with you, we don't know PPP to be a party that base their campaign based on insult, based on tribal lines, based on maybe, nepotism, corruption, and other things. Gone are those days when Karafa and other people, they will base their political campaign based on ideology. They sell their agendas to people. They will tell the government people, this is what we want to do for the Gambia. If you support us, we are going ahead to fulfill your promise. Do we still have that PPP in Gambia? Or do we still have a different PPP?
Mr. Tarwale, like I said, PPP was built on rule of law, respect for human being, and respect. Looking at Jawara's time, there are ministers. I learned that a president, the vice president's brother, was involved in things that are unlawful. The vice president has to write a letter and resign. It's in the archive.
Yeah, so
it's in the archive. So that shows that PPP, where it was built based on culture. And the Gambian culture, what we know of, the peak is respect. So you understand? So to say the PPP now, that is why in our constitution we section 35 harassment. It is not women harassment. No, general. Even a woman harass a male. It's when the party finds out that. If you are a party official, like I am a party official, I'll be asked to resign.
Will not be like other parties, like Kisumambokala, Nimumbadi Waleti, so they will not like take a step against that. Will not be like
trying to compromise it and all that. No. Well, we've not yet got that, because let me give you an example of what we did during Keba Jallo and Tuma's time. Tuma contested against Keba Jallo and lost. But that was a democratical process. He took us to court. But he did something that the party thinks that is not right for us to expel her. According to the party, they said she was insulting the leadership. So we expel her
from the party.
From the party.
That was Tumanja.
Yes. So when they took us to court, the court said no. She has the right to be in the party. We cannot expel her, which is true, because that is where to tell us that the party has a mechanism. what is called the Board of Trustees. These are people that are put there by the Secretary General to make sure any situation within the party cannot be controlled within. It is taken to those people to level it. They are respected people that are old and experienced. So that is where the court told us that is where you should take this to settle it. So we have no compromise over disrespect in this party. Any insult or anything, of course, human being might have a mistake. You might get angry because love of the party and the insult. So, but when the party approach you and you apologize to the party, we accept it. But when you refuse to apologize, you are, of course, the rule is there. We have to exempt you out of the party.
All right. Finally, my question. This is GamAfrica TV. Today, I have a host here, Karafa Sambou, the Deputy Treasurer of the People Progressive Party. Mr. Karafa, would PPP ever go back to the State House? My final question.
That is inevitable. That is, it's a must. Why do I say it's a must? Because PPP belong to the people. So if the people decide that we will go back to State House, my answer is yes,
it's possible.
We will.
Depend on the people.
The people.
Okay. What do you have to tell the Gambian people as far as PPP is concerned?
Well, the Gambian people out there, here is PPP. It's not a party that someone to say new or to bring you new things. It's a party that took us to independence and has laid examples. We just need to develop from those examples. And it is not the party executive that you put there. You put them there to direct. To direct who? To direct your ideas. So it's you the Gambians. Go back to your house. This is your house, your father's house, your independent house. Go back to it. Direct us. We will take you surely where the Gambian needs to.
What of the diasporas? People that are in the diaspora?
Yeah, the diasporas. Well, like I said, I will say our presently, and that is why we are doing this congress, so that to shift our strongholds back to the Gambia. But I can tell you our strongholds are in the diaspora. The reason is, like I said, when Gambia was, when PPP was banned, some of the strong militants who are really bona fide members that are dedicated to the party flee, and they did not sway away. They were there, they gave birth to children, and those are the people holding the PPP there. So, and now they are reinforcing us to make sure these congresses are done so that the stronghold will come back to base in this country.
Thank you so very much. That's a wonderful interview with Karafa Sambou, who is the Deputy Treasurer of the People Progressive Party here in Gambia at the moment. So thank you so very much, viewers. Until I come your way back, thank you so very much.